Hi. So I'm going to do something a little different. I normally go live, um, but I'm always distracted when I go live because I'm looking to see if anybody's watching, if somebody's commenting. Um, I haven't run into any issues in the past. Um, I mean, since I've been doing live, since I've been back, and I have my laptop, but I want to start a channel on YouTube, so I'm gonna try to do it this way and see what happens. Um, I'm not entirely happy with the microphone on here, um, so I think I might switch it up and see if I can't use my gaming headset. The only problem with that is wearing a headset and looking like a jackass. So, not to say that everybody looks like a jackass when they have their gaming headset on. It's just I'm gonna look like I'm landing planes, and it that's not what I'm going for. Anyway, this is my vlog, and the whole point of it is I always feel like I have something to say, and in order for me to stop feeling like I have something to say, just get out there and start talking and hope I don't step in it. With today's cancel culture and it affecting people, blindsiding them, causing them to lose their jobs. Um, I'm not saying the cancel culture is wrong, and as far as what it's hoping to accomplish, I just think that a lot of people are um, being affected by it in a negative way when there are always alternatives to things. Especially if somebody is not a known bigot, is not a known hate propaganda person. If they're known to be a friendly person who loves everybody, and they get so. I'm gonna hope that I don't step in it. Um, you will often see this guy. He is not my cat. He is my son's cat. But he, for whatever reason, um, doesn't leave me alone a whole lot. So I suppose there are worse things in the world. Anyway, if you're new to seeing me, my name is Jen, and I live in Omaha, Nebraska. The past few years have been a bit of a whirlwind, slap in the face, um, big learned lesson. I am currently married to a man who lives in Australia. I met him online in 2001, and we became very good friends. Um, but he lived on the other side of the planet, so in my opinion, he was just somebody that I was going to have a crush on from afar. Well, he ended up getting divorced, and he came to visit me in, I always get the dates mixed up, but I'm going to say 2018. And in fact, it was almost 3 years ago. Was it 3 years? Yeah, 3 years ago to the day. Or was it, see, I'm so screwed up. Maybe it was 2017. I honestly don't know. Um, so he came here. You know, we already had emotions, but they were kind of at the time I thought solidified, and I felt that he did too. Anyway, so I ended up going over there and marrying him, and um, was I that was it. I was in love. I thought he was in love. In hindsight, I think he was in love with the attention our story um, brought him, because everybody loves a good love story. And it seemed like almost the day after the wedding, it seemed like he checked out. Um, and I tried to, save it, but it just wasn't meant to be. And then COVID hit, and I thought, oh God, I'm gonna die in Australia from COVID. And then I was worried about my family over here. So by the grace of God, I came back in July of 2020, and had a wonderful flight because the plane was virtually empty, and the people at the airports were all very, very nice because they weren't as busy, although they may have been because they were dealing with a lot of crazy people. And, I'm sure that was stressful for them as well. But it was a very pleasant flight. Delta is a wonderful airline. I highly recommend them. Um, this the staff everywhere was just completely professional. Um, and so having given up all my possessions, literally, except for what I could carry in two suitcases to Australia, I had nothing coming back. So thank God my son had recently bought a house last year and had the room that I'm in right now for me to stay in. I don't really feel like he's made as much of a sacrifice as his fiance, but I guess it depends on what day you ask which one. So, um, anyway, that's where we are. I've been able to buy a car thanks to my brother, and just still trying to put all the pieces in place so I can get back out on my own um, and get my shit together. I've had a really difficult adult life, well, in childhood too, but wasn't in control of that. I'm in control of this. Um, Dealing with mental illness and bipolar, and have fought through a lot of stuff. I once weighed over 400 pounds and had weight loss surgery 11 years ago, May 10th. I've kept obviously the bulk of it off. I mean, I know you're seeing me head up, but other than having loose skin and feeling like I'm trapped in okay, cat's moving the camera, sorry. I feel like I'm trapped in a skin suit. It's been totally worth it. Um, and it still helps because I can't eat whatever I want. Bonus. Um, that doesn't mean I can't eat. I do. It just controls how much. I'm sorry. I look rough today. I didn't put myself together, but this is me being real. So I thought I'm not gonna go crazy with it and do makeup. I'll do that sometimes, but it's Saturday. I'm not doing it today. Um, let's see. I I'm still married. You can't get married or divorced in Australia until you've been separated for a year. I'm because during that time you're supposed to go to counseling and all this bullshit. I don't know how long he's gonna take to actually, you know, get it taken care of. I don't talk to him. I talked to him once since I've been back on the phone, and that was around Valentine's Day, not intentionally. And talking to him was fingernails on a chalkboard. I couldn't stand it. And he's just talking to me as if we're discussing the children, and because I had stepdaughters over there who they were fine, but he was the problem. And if he had just not wasted my time. And then when I was on the phone with him back in February, he says, maybe it was a bad idea. And I'm thinking, and I said to him, I said, I don't have any regrets. He says, well, I don't either. Well, yeah, clearly you do. Um, I wouldn't have been able to forgive myself down the road if I hadn't have done that and gone on that adventure. I'm glad I did because now I can say I've traveled abroad and I did it alone. And it was scary as hell because I'd never done it before and I didn't know what to expect. And but it was fine. And I came home during a pandemic and it was fine. So there you go. So yeah, hopefully in July he files for divorce. Um, that's the only email I want from him this year. So we'll see. I like to just wrap it up. Um, I'm currently looking for a job. Had an issue with Walgreens, um, but it's okay. I still believe in the company, and I'm grateful for the opportunity that was given to me to learn how to give COVID vaccinations, as I did give quite a few. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to have learned all the things I learned. And it was interesting. Um, anyway, that's a quick synopsis of who I am, if you didn't know. And so, yeah, I often think about things to talk about. The most recent one was I was remembering growing up and never fitting in. I know a lot of people say that they never fit in or anything, but it's actually very true with me. I was never part of the popular groups. I was never the one having pool parties and things. Maybe it was because of my parents. Um, I don't know. But I just, God, I remember way back when being just pushed to the side and um, being expendable if somebody got mad at me. Um, so I think by the time I was a senior, I just didn't give a shit anymore. And then I remember, oh gosh, was I about 21, 22 years old, and I was hanging out with this group of stoners that lived across the street from me. And, you know, I have found in life that stoners welcome everybody, you know. But I actually had a guy from that group say to me, you don't fit in here. And it's just like, I can't even fit in with stoners. So yeah, it's been that way. I have tried and tried and tried to fit in, and I don't know what it is I'm doing wrong. I mean, I have to admit that I love my solitude, but on the other side of the coin, I have moments of um, being lonely, but they're blips. I would say the majority of the time, I'm very content being by myself and not talking to anybody. But when I'm out in public, I'm very, out there and I talk to people. I talk to strangers. I love talking to people. Um, but when I get home, if my phone rings, I'm like, good, who the hell is that? It's ridiculous. But then if I'll go days looking at my phone going, "Aw, nobody loves me." Well, do I don't. You know that Pink song that says, "Oh God, what's she saying in that song?" Um, I don't know. You know it if you look it up. It's a Pink song that says, "I love you, go away, come here, go." I don't know. I'm old. I can't remember anything anymore. Anyway, it just kind of sucks, you know. I was a member of the popular group in high school, but I wasn't one of the popular people. You know, I was never going to win homecoming queen. I was never going to win prom queen. I was never even going to be um, nominated. I know a lot of people could say, well, I wasn't either. Well, I had 30 people in my class, so the odds were kind of in my favor, but at the end of the day, they weren't. Um, yeah. So, yeah, I've never fit in. And then, you know, being a young mother, and I wanted to be a part of my children's education, and so I would volunteer. The kids loved me, kids adored me, and the teachers were glad I was there to help. But anytime other parents were around, it was the same thing, you know. They all had stories about dinners they had had together and trips they had gone on and party, and so it's just like, okay, I don't get it, and nor do I want to. This cat, you're gonna maybe see a tail, but this cat is, see, you see the ears? I don't get it. I don't get it. His name is Ringo. You just heard his name, so his ears perked up. Let's see. So yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I don't know where, if I was just meant to just be a floater and drift in and out of people's lives, hopefully in a positive way. um, but I guess it's one of those it is what it is kind of things. Um, what was the other thing? I recently repaired a relationship with my brother, and I've never been happier about that. We have he's a very busy man, so we really haven't had time to sit and talk. Um, but we have amended fences, and I think we're good. And him and his wife take very good care of my mom, and um, I'm very grateful for him. And I'm grateful I repaired the relationship. I also repaired the relationship with my father. Um, as best I can. He lives out of town. So I'm glad that I have my immediate family. We're all good. So yeah, I'm just focusing on making me better, so then I can just live alone and finally have peace. I loved my apartment before I moved to Australia. Um, it was amazing. It had a fireplace, and it was just right in this little nook where the building bent. It did a L angle. I know it has there's another term, but my brain's fried. And it was great. I loved living there. I absolutely loved it. And I loved my little car that I had bought on my own. You know I'm an older person, but for some of us, it takes us longer to do things on our own. And I was doing them, and I was proud of myself. And then when I left the United States, I was glad to leave due to our political situation at the time. And, I don't know. I think I'm most salty about the fact that I had all of my stuff. The stuff that I needed was always within reach. And so going over there and not having anything and saying, "Oh, well, I scratched my leg in the bathroom. Is this?" I had to. He was an idiot, so he didn't ever had anything, so I had to start building it up over there. Well, big deal. Built it up over there only to have to leave it. And anyway, enough about that. Um, I'm not quite sure what this vlog is going to be, other than an opportunity for me to just word vomit and get thoughts out of my head. I'm hoping it evolves into something um, more. I don't want to say entertaining per se. I do want to have times where it is entertaining and that there are laughs, because at one time in my life I was a funny person. I feel like I could have gone into comedy had my life taken a different path. Um, but I'm not feeling funny lately, and I don't think it's because I'm depressed. I just feel like I have other things to focus on right now. So yeah, I don't know. My daughter and I had talked about doing a blog, podcast, and she may end up joining me down the road. I don't know. Um, but I want it to be something that if people want to participate, just random people want to maybe come on and talk to me about stuff. I'm not an expert in psychology, but I've been in the psychology arena healing my own problems. Then I feel like I'm pretty smart on the subject. I feel like if someone needed advice, I feel like I'm more than capable of providing um, good advice. If someone needs help um, with moving to the next step in their life, I've always been very good at giving people suggestions or finding the resources necessary to reach that next step. When it comes to other people's lives, I'm great at helping them accomplish their goals. That's not to say I'm bad at accomplishing my own. Unfortunately, when you don't have that bachelor's degree or associate's degree, you're kind of blocked in as far as what you can do to help your community. And so now that this is available, I'm going to just try to put myself out there this way. It's free advice. I'm not going to tell anybody anything stupid. I'm not going to be flip. So if you have any questions that are legit, leave a comment. If you have suggestions for content material, leave a comment. If you're going to be nasty and hateful and you're going to be ignored. Um, because I'm doing this with the mindset of I'm going to get negativity. So I've already mentally prepared for it. So you're not going to wound me. You're not going to knock the wind out of my sails. I'm sorry that your life is so small and insignificant that you felt you had to take the time out to, be a jerk. But everybody has their purpose in life, I guess. But yeah, I don't know what this is going to evolve into. But I'm open to suggestions, and I'm open to other people jumping in and being a part of it with me. we just throw ideas at the wall and see what sticks. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I look forward to doing this and seeing where we are 6 months from now, if it's still going on. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful week, wonderful life. If you don't and you need help getting there, give me a shout. I have pulled myself out of the shit, not just recently, but several times in my life. And I'm quite proud of that. So I'm here for you. If you need it, take care. Love ya. Peace.